Hello, everybody. I'm going to give everyone a chance to jump on. But welcome back to the Little Lighthouse Foundation's Do Good, Feel Good DGFG Live. And my name is Priscilla Roman. For those of you who don't know me, I am the program director for the Little Lighthouse Foundation. I'm taking over for Jonathan, our executive director, today. He's taking a well-deserved break. But we are so excited for today's DGFG Live. We have such a special guest, and she's bringing some information that I really think is needed right now. So we have Maya Ezratti. Okay, Maya is a relationship coach, relationship expert all around. She is the CDO, Chief Dating Officer of Rewarding Relationships. And Maya's going to be bringing us so much good information that we need right now, just about how to interact no matter who you're quarantining with, no matter who you're with at home, whether it's kids, family members, your significant other. Some great tips and tricks to kind of make the most out of the situation and learn how to interact with each other. So I think Maya is on. I'm going to bring her on right now. All right. All right. We're connecting.
Hi, can you
Hi,
hear me?
Maya. Yeah, I can hear you perfect. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. You look great.
So did that hair gets me every time. I'm a huge fan.
Thank you.
Amazing. Maya, thank you so much for coming on with us today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm super, super excited.
Of course. So, I did a quick little intro. I don't know if you heard, CDO of Rewarding Relationships. Do you want to tell us a little bit more of exactly what it is you do?
Sure. I give a tough love, no holds barred approach to love, dating, relationships for any stage of life, whether you're single, married, divorced, widowed, single starting over, if you find yourself suddenly singled. And I tell it to you straight. I'm also a wellness coach, and I help people figure out how to have better relationships with their families, their siblings, themselves, most importantly, and their children.
Amazing. We're so excited to dive in, and we have so much that I'm really honestly just going to get to it.
Okay.
So I know we have a tool that you like to start with, a little self-check-in. You want to tell us about it?
Yes, I have two favorite tools. My favorite is the self-check-in, and I think everybody needs to be accountable for themselves. And every morning, even maybe 2 or 3 times during the day, look in the mirror and say your name and an emotion attached. So for example, it would go something like this. Hi, I'm Maya Ezratti, and I'm feeling super excited right now. Or let's say something is going wrong, or you're feeling upset or frustrated. You can say, look at yourself in the mirror and say, wow, I'm Maya Ezratti, and I'm feeling really frustrated right now. And it helps you out loud acknowledge where your emotional gauge is at. And if you're feeling really, really amped up, it helps bring it down. So first thing is the self-check-in tool.
Amazing. And before we keep going, I just want to mention, by the way, today's segment is actually brought to you by our good friends Josh and Jenny Koba. Just want to quickly mention it. They're great supporters of ours. So if it's all right with you, Maya, I'm going to leave this up there so everybody knows what they're tuning into as they hop in.
Thank you, Josh and Jenny. We are so grateful. Thank you for sponsoring us today.
They're amazing. All right. So a good check-in in the morning. I mean, it makes so much sense to acknowledge what you're feeling. And what's the second tool?
The second tool, and it's especially important right now because of quarantine, is the hug. So I always ask people to do this. Put your arms around yourself, and everybody who's watching, please do this. Grab yourself on both sides, close your eyes, and pretend that embrace yourself. Pretend someone's giving you a huge hug. And I like to really, really give myself a hug. I squeeze my bones.
Yes.
Your brain doesn't process if it's someone else giving you a hug or if you're giving yourself the hug. So when you do this, and people need a hug right now, everyone hug the one you're with, hug yourself. It gives such good endorphins. So between the self-check-in and the self-hug, you're on your way to a good self-day.
Amazing. I love it. All right. So yeah, I mean, we've talked a little bit before, but we're in such interesting times. For some, it's tougher than others. The Little Lighthouse Foundation, we work with a lot of families that are already in such a difficult situation, and, quarantine, maybe loss of jobs. There's so many factors that play into what we're all experiencing right now. A lot of us are experiencing it with families, with significant others, new relationships that have been around for a while. Maybe you just haven't spent that much time together. So many different scenarios happening. And I know you have some amazing knowledge and tips that you can give us on that apply to everybody, really, whether kids, parents, whether it's you and your significant other, anybody can really use this information. So I would love to hear some of the tips that you have for quarantining, or maybe you're not fully quarantining, maybe you're just spending a little more time at home than you're used to. How to really make sure those relationships go as well as possible, that you're playing a role in showing up as you should in that relationship.
Sure. So everyone's been stuck together, and regardless, but especially now, tip number one is zip the lip. Just zip it.
Yes.
Especially if you're married. It's better than yelling at someone. You know, I'm sure you want to turn around and be like, you're so annoying right now. Or why can't you just make the chicken? Or you're lucky I even got chicken for you. You know, it's better than rolling your eyes at the person. If you do need to do the eye roll, do this. Turn around and roll your eyes the other way so you're not offending the person that is paying attention to you. It could be your kids, it could be your in-laws, it could be your parents, it could be a coworker, a best friend, anyone. So just do the eye roll in private so that you don't hurt the person, because it really is offensive to the recipient, and zip it. That's definitely a tip number one. It just saves everything.
I can tell you off the top of my head so many situations where that would come in handy, and it's hard for some of us to learn that, especially in, you know, these tough situations. There's so many emotions boiling up, but it makes such a difference.
It's hard for me. I'm like, I don't even realize, you know, when things come out and I'm like, oh, in the middle of the sentence, and I'm like, why did I just say that? And sometimes you can't take things back, but so zip the lip. It's a good practice for all of us.
Amazing.
And something else that I like to recommend, tip number two, is to hide or move. Hiding is like the best thing you could possibly do right now. Find a closet, find a bathroom, go outside, get in your car. If someone moves into the space that you're in, just politely walk out. If someone's in the living room, go in the dining room. If someone's in every room, get in your car and go for a ride. Give yourself some space from everybody else. Also, take a really long shower, or just spend time in the bathroom and just say, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I was in the shower. I was blowing out my hair. And it took a really, really, really long time. So that gives you a way to buy yourself some time. Yeah.
And tell me, so, you know, there's two things that stood out. One, you said politely excuse yourself from the room. Not, I'm leaving right now, leave me alone. You know?
Oh, yeah, you're so annoying. Why'd you come into my space? I was in first, you know, like you have to be the adult and just say, oh, hi, okay, I'm just gonna go get something downstairs, or I forgot something in the laundry, I'll be back. And that way no one's on edge around you.
Exactly. And number two, what does that do? I mean, it buys time, but time for what exactly?
Say it again, I couldn't hear you.
That what does that do? So we know it buys you some time, but time for what exactly?
To have some time to yourself, because we've all been quarantined and we've all been on top of each other, and you haven't, you know, unless you really are in the shower or going to the bathroom, even in the bathroom people bother you. You don't have privacy. So you either have to be in your car on a walk on your own to gather your thoughts, or like swimming or underwater or something, just to hear yourself think and to drown out all the excess noise that's around you. And it's important to have time with yourself. You may not have a chance to watch TV until much later in the day, or even at all. You may be putting your kids down, you may be at work, you may not be in the mood, but you do need to have some time to collect your thoughts so that you're not on top of people.
Amazing. All right, awesome. What's next?
Tip 3, let people come to you. Don't bother everybody. Let your kids come to you, unless they're much younger. Let your spouse or your partner come to you. Don't be looking around. Hi, are you okay? Hi, what are you doing? Don't be so annoying. Don't be the annoying mom. I've definitely been accused of annoying mom. Mom, you're so annoying. Okay. I've done in the world, but let people come to you. It's always better when people are seeking you out than you seeking them out. It's the same rule I have in dating. Don't chase anybody. Don't chase your family either.
Totally. That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right.
What else you got?
Yeah, let's keep going.
Tip number 4, don't engage. Do not engage the rage. It's a favorite thing that I love to say. Don't engage the rage. keep it calm, keep it cool. And it's very hard to do right now because we are all sick of each other. And even if you love the person so much, you can be sick of your kids for 5 minutes. You can be sick of your spouse. You can be sick of anybody. You can just be sick of the situation. So if you're feeling that rage come on, or just that you want to like bite someone's head off, go bite an apple, go for a walk, bite into a piece of challah. Challah's my life.
Yes.
Challah.
Amazing.
Anything else other than engaging the rage with the person. Take your rage and go work out. Do something else. Channel it into a positive instead of making it a negative, and everyone's lives will be so much easier. People won't hate you in your household.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. And the rage doesn't always come from the other person or the people around you. There's people are, cooped up. There's so many emotions pent up. So yeah, I mean, why would you want to take it out on your loved ones that are around you? They're dealing with you too. It's all a two-way street.
It's a two-way street, and it's hard being the adult and the caretaker because it's all on your shoulders a lot of times, and it's a thankless job. No one's going to thank you for doing the dishes. Nobody's going to thank you for taking out the trash or the garbage or sorting and organizing, but you have to be the big girl in the room or the big guy and pat yourself on the back and say, I did that, and that's my responsibility. Whether I lived alone or I was in a group of people, I would still have to do all of these tasks. Right. So just suck it up and do it. Another awesome tip 5 is get off the ledge. And that's something I use a lot. People have been on that ledge since COVID started, especially. Everyone's like on edge, on the ledge. And it's beyond an edge. It's really on that ledge because we have no clue what's going on. The fear of the unknown is intense. You don't know if you're getting a paycheck. You don't know if you're going to continue to remain employed. You don't know if your children are going to school. You don't know if you have corona unless you're getting tested weekly. You don't know if it's safe to go out. So there's a lot of we don't know situations right now. And if you feel that you're on the ledge, do your self-check-in immediately and bring yourself down immediately. And if you feel that your partner or your children are on that ledge perspective or mentality, say, hey, I know, I see that you're feeling upset. It's okay. I've got you. Come, let's talk. Try to calm that person down and see their perspective, because for whatever it is, they're feeling really, really beyond amped up. They're ready to go. So yeah. Just have to pay attention to the person across from you. And before you speak to them or before you do any tough, stressful, or serious topic, I like to do this. My breath tech. Take one deep breath. It's a technique my sister and I do. We love to just say, okay, take a deep breath, focus, what's your state of mind, and now speak. And it just helps take you did this to me. It removes the blame and the guilt and a lot of the negative emotions from a conversation that you need to have with somebody.
Totally. That makes so much sense. I mean, again, taking out the rage on the person that it's not supposed to be directed to. And these days, anything can feel like this is the thing that's going to take me over the edge, and you never know. Even it's so true, even for kids, they're cooped up too. And you don't know what they're thinking or feeling unless you do that check-in from a good place, from a stable place, that diffusing that situation can mean the world.
And it's harder with kids, even adults, actually. It's actually the same. Sometimes kids will tell you I'm fine, or sometimes kids will say, could you just leave me alone? I'm okay. Or actually, could you sit with me and spend some time? You want to watch a show, or can we do something together? The kids have actually had, I think in the teen age group, maybe a better bandwidth on coping, but they're missing their friends on the social. Yeah. So if something's going on in social media and you as an adult or a parent don't think it's a big deal, to them it's their world. And you have to sit and listen and say, okay. And it's a learning curve for parents right now because kids have not really been interacting, and they haven't been in school or camps or situations where they're having normal social learning and growing experiences. So their only interactions are with their siblings or with you. So you have to say what may seem trivial to you, to them is gonna, can take them to a ledge situation. So you just have to have the patience and put on, the parent hat and just listen. And it's a lot of listening with kids right now. The other thing is my favorite, number 8, let the other person win. Who cares who wins? Just let the other person win. It's so irrelevant who wins. Like, you're not getting a badge of honor for fight. It's ridiculous. And thank you to Joshua and Jenny Koba again for letting us say this on the Mindful Hour. Let the other person win. You're really not going to gain one single thing. No one's going to like you more if you won the argument. It goes nowhere. In fact, people will resent you if you feel like because of your ego that you have to be the winner in the fight or the conversation. No. Let the other walk out of the room and say, no problem. Okay, that's fine. And then call someone else and be like, what a freaking idiot. Or that person just got on my nerves. Or go for a run or do anything else, but don't engage the rage.
Yeah. So, I mean, again, how many situations could that save? I mean, just not going there, you know? It's so important in that moment to a lot of us to make sure that we're right, but it's so true. Like, what does it really get you? What do you really win?
You win nothing. Like, you are not getting a handbag. You're not getting a diamond ring. You're not getting a trip to Paris. You're not getting any, get a partner or a child or someone that's going to look at you like, what the hell is your problem? Excuse my pardon. So tip number 9 is let kids be kids. Parents are really worried about screen time right now. Well, you're on the screen too. What else could your children be doing right now? On a rainy day, let them do their thing. Let kids ramble on. They don't want to maybe straighten up their rooms right now, and it's okay. Maybe they don't want to be told what to do. And as the adult, we all know, any adult here can say adulting is really hard. The responsibility is astronomical. So while you're adulting, you just have to say, okay, if my kids are happy and occupied right now and they're not like climbing on roofs and jumping into the neighbor's house and they're not like eating dirt in the street, I'm fine. And, and they're doing well. So just let them be kids and just zip the lip and let them talk. And if they're younger and they want to do things and watch their shows, just let them.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a parent, but I can tell you I've had so many moments, especially in the beginning of this whole ordeal, where I've had to tell myself, no one expects you to thrive right now. Now is not the moment for the perfect household, for the perfect dynamics in every situation. We're just trying to get by, you know, and
to be not okay right now, or to not be 100%. So well said. and that's where you give yourself the pat on the back, because no one's going to do it for you. And that's the part of growing up that is so hard to accept for everybody. And give yourself that self hug. Go back to that. I've got this. I just did that. I pat myself on the back all the time. It could be for something so little. Wow, I just stayed quiet for 10 minutes. Good job. Or hopefully I didn't annoy that person. Good job. Or I just finished a cute little task. Good job. And it makes me feel good. It makes me feel good. And your brain will also register that, because again, the same way it doesn't register if you're hugging yourself or someone else, it just knows that you're being hugged. The pat on the back, same thing. Your brain will say, good job. So that's very important. Positive self-reinforcement. The other amazing tool, and listen, for whatever reason in this world, everyone has a misconception. Not everyone, many people have a misconception about exercise. You don't have to be a CrossFit, like Arnold Schwarzenegger type of body right now. You just need to do exercise. Whether you walk every day, you don't need to be walking at a 7.0 pace. You could just be walking. Just go for a walk. Do lunges in your hallway in your apartment building. Have a jumping jacks contest. Do sit-ups. I know I am always much nicer after a workout. I mean, before the workout, whatever. After the workout, I have exercised the demon out of my body, and I'm just like, hopefully, a pleasant little gem and much easier. You know, like it's that's how I get off the ledge and like come right back down to normal and like, hi, how are you? So if you're not exercising, you don't need to kill yourself in exercise, guys. You don't need to like do the hardest moves, lift the heaviest weights. You just need to do some breath work, some yoga, and there's an app for everything. You can do some abs, lose belly fat. You can go on anything. You can do crazy extreme apps. And if you want me to list the apps, put them in the message here. We can see. You want me to list some of the apps?
Yeah, let's do it. Why not?
Sure.
Yeah, it's so helpful.
It is so helpful. So things that we love. Hold on. I have my, okay. So P-Volve, Melissa Wood Health, Isaac Boots, Tracy Anderson, Beachbody on Demand, Lose Belly Fat. Amazing. Workout Women. We love it. They have a 7-minute workout. Oh, and there's also a separate app called 7-Minute Workout. So good. All you need are 7 minutes a day, guys.
7 minutes. Yeah. And
to give yourself, You're not loving yourself. New You, N-E-O-U, Dance Body, Equinox, Chloe Ting on YouTube. She's the sensation. She became so famous during COVID. So everyone watch her. She's adorable. Chloe Ting, Ting, like Bing Ting. S, Body by Simone, Act on Demand, and many, many more. So I do a couple of those daily. And then Peloton, if you have a Peloton.
Yep.
Even if you don't have a Peloton apps. So jump on one of those.
Amazing. And don't forget, every Thursday here, DGFG Live is a fit club. So we have a workout for you every Thursday. If you go back, all the past ones are on there. So truly, it's everywhere.
DGFG Live has a workout every Thursday, guys. What time was that?
3 p.m. every Thursday.
3 p.m. And Janice here is saying that S Work It is great as well. So
amazing.
She recommends that. Thank you, guys. We are definitely seeing your messages. So please keep sending them. And the other thing, if you don't have a gym, you don't need a gym. You can, but my whole thing is make the outside world inside. So bring your gym at home. If you can, order a treadmill, order a Peloton. I just ordered a treadmill, a Cybex. I love it. It's amazing. Watch Netflix and go on the internet while I'm walking. So I'm on that thing a lot, or I do my phone calls on there. Super helpful. I do push-up contests, do contests with your kids. That's the best. Push-up contests, sit-up contests, wall sits, jumping jacks, hopscotch, skipping, any of those setups, stuff in your driveway. If you're in an apartment, do it in the hallway. Take a bedroom over. You don't need space to do a wall sit. If you don't know what a wall sit is, you can
we know. We did a wall sit challenge at Little Lighthouse Foundation. So
we had some people that want to join that, by the way.
Yes, 19-second wall sit. Anyone that wants to do it and tag LL Foundation, we'll repost. We're all about that wall sit. So we're very familiar over here.
Okay, tip 11 is say you're sorry. Just say you're sorry and say it first. Again, you're not going to win a prize for saying you're sorry. It's something that you should do out of love. Why have your child feel that you're upset? Why have your spouse or partner or your parent feel that you're upset? If you feel that somebody is really not receptive to what you're saying, or maybe you just said something and you didn't realize that your tone was out of tune, just say, you know what, I'm so sorry. I really didn't mean that. From the bottom of my heart, I'm so sorry. And it takes things down, because who's going to argue with you when you said you're sorry? If you're humbly apologizing, and whether they did something to piss you off or not, if that person is engaging the rage with you, and just say you're sorry. Really, really say you're sorry, which moves me to my next tip. Who cares who apologizes? No crown is going to fall off your head. Critical to put the halo on, take the crown off, move it to the side, and be a saint. Right now, that's all you need to do, because it's the only way you're going to get through this. So think saint mentality, Beyonce halo, and put the crown to the side, and then everyone will know you're a queen anyway. It doesn't matter. So,
exactly.
You know, it's not the time to stand on I don't believe in standing on ceremony, period. It's just not the way I communicate with people, but it's definitely not the time to stand on ceremony right now.
Totally. Yeah. That sorry and that moment of humility and sincerity just opens the door for that communication. Because until then, it's just a lot of arguing and butting heads. So that can totally just, again, diffuse the situation and allow you to even move forward in the first place.
Exactly. And then what I had mentioned before, bring the outside inside. So your kids aren't going to summer camp right now. Maybe you're not doing anything right now. Bring camp home. So make your camp at home. Sleeping bags in the room, fireplace, or you can go on Toydle, TOYDLE.com. It's a fort building site, and you can do that. Get an outdoor shower from Front Gate. It connects to your little hose. You can even do a shower if you don't have, if you're in an apartment situation. Front Gate has a lot of fun things, and so does Amazon. Get pool games, swimming pool games, and all these fun mini games. Rent water slides and bounce houses just for you and your family. Who wouldn't have with that? All Star Events right now is doing amazing promos for anyone in the South Florida area, and they're renting water slides and games, and you can just get these humongous bounce houses for a couple days. Or if you don't want to do that, go and buy some from Amazon and set them up in your house. My sister did the coolest obstacle course for her son. The cutest thing. She created the most fun environment in the backyard, and she made like a super summer camp for her son, and he loves it. And when it was safe for like the 2 weeks we thought it was okay,
yeah,
little cousins were coming over to play.
yeah.
But have a family slide party, do a kids baking championship or chop junior. Kids love that. And it's okay, by the way, if things are messy, guys. The kitchen doesn't have to be cleaned the whole time. Let things be messy right now. It's actually more exciting. And then cleaning, whoever does the best cleaning gets a prize. Oriented. Hey, Jord. So another fun thing to do right now, since we're all a little bit stressed out, and I know I could really use this right now, is massage. So do a romantic massage with your partner. You do a massage one day to your partner, the next day they give you a massage. It's a beautiful thing, a wonderful way to connect, and we could all use a little loosening up of our joints and muscles. And then with your kids, give them $1 for every minute they give you a hand massage or a foot massage. You can have one on each foot. I mean, you watch TV and have your feet up or your hands, and you can teach your kids how to do a facial for you, cute little things. And who doesn't want to get a few bucks?
Totally.
Love that.
I love that idea. Anybody can do that, you know, and it's getting the family together. Everyone's incentivized, but it's, again, filling your time. You're spending time together. So that's such a great idea. And I love the bounce house idea. We actually did a call yesterday, the whole LLF team, with a mom. I love moms multitasking. They're incredible. She was doing her Zoom call with the kids in the bounce house. And she was like, this was my summer splurge. You know, the kids love it. We have it here for a little while. It's such a good idea. They were having a blast just with sprinklers and a bounce house, you know?
It's so fun. Oh, Janice, she got the gun massage. Thank you, Janice. And
yes, I've seen a lot of those.
that is so popular right now. It hurts me a little bit, so I'm a little sensitive to it. But the spa, everyone should be doing like spa days at home and spa nights or whatever it is with your kids, families. It just works. It's so much better. And make sure to do a romantic one with your spouse or partner. And also get some bikes, do swim lessons, golf lessons, journal, dance lessons. I'm impressed. I listen to my mom friends, and everyone is very creative about what they're doing. And if you can't go out, bring it in. Get a little putting thing with a couple golf clubs. Just make sure no one whacks the other one on the head. Do virtual lessons. I got a tennis net, and I play, you know, you can go on the driveway, one against the other if you have space, or on the street. Food is critical right now. So what you want to do is date nights at home. Love that idea. I think so many people are forgetting to look at their partners through the romantic lens, and they're sort of just taking for granted that they have somebody. You know, everyone always says, I wish I could spend more time with you. I wish I could see you more often. Well, now God gave us, for whatever reason, in a truly messed up and unfortunate way, but we've been blessed with time. And family volleyball. Super fun, highly recommended sport. Yes. Set up, you can use that same tennis net from Sharper Image, raise it up on a pole, and do family volleyball.
Totally.
Throw some sand on the ground, all these fun activities. So food nights are great. You can do Mexican Monday, Taco Tuesday, Tel Aviv Tuesday with good Israeli food, Italian Thursday, French food Friday, dim sum Sunday, and give somebody, and each, or whatever theme you or your kids or your family want to create, I highly recommend that as well.
Love it. I mean, we all need something to look forward to. Some dim sum on a Sunday sounds amazing, and it just might get me through the week. You know what I mean? If I know that that's coming, everyone's different, and food totally is something that a lot of people connect with. So, I mean, family food nights are such a great idea right now. Totally.
Another tip is wear headphones. I don't have them on me right now, but you can just keep those in. And if someone's really annoying you, you're like, what? Sorry. Oh, I couldn't hear you. That's a great little technique. And be very silly. It's so serious right now, and people are feeling very stressed. And as we see in South Florida, especially, the testing rates have gone up as the viral load has gone up. So be silly. Just be silly, funny. jump on the bed, have a lot of enjoyment and create the enjoyment if it's not there. Embrace your kids, do silly, crazy, funny things, you know, put on like little puppet shows and magic shows for them. Everyone is so stuck in this, like, where do we go? What do we do? And people are worried to travel right now. So if you are traveling, also do the right thing. Wear your masks if you're leaving your house. I know how uncomfortable it is. I was working out outside by myself with a mask and I thought I was going to die.
It's rough, but we got to do it. We got to do
rough,
it.
We've got to do it. I even got mask knee. I don't know if anyone's heard of this yet or has.
No.
So like you put the mask on, and I have so many different ones, but your skin just gets irritated. On me, it's like here and here in the T-zone area. Your skin gets so irritated. It's mask acne, so mask acne, and your skin gets so irritated from the sweat and from breathing in and out. So you want to maybe find a mask that has a filter so that you breathe in. I haven't been able to purchase one yet, but you breathe in your own air and then it filters out.
Right.
So when you're breathing in, the filter's closed, but when you're exhaling, the filter opens so that your body, when you breathe out, the toxicity can go out.
Yeah, totally. We got to do it. It's so true. I mean, the safer we are, the sooner we can get back out there, you know? So absolutely. And speaking of silly things, you actually mentioned something that stuck with me earlier when we spoke about painting a wall indoors. I loved that idea.
So, okay, don't think this is crazy, guys, but it kind of get some paint, take either an outdoor patio wall or an indoor wall and paint it. Give your kids a paintbrush, paint it on your own if you live alone, and get creative. I have a lot of creative friends and family members, and they have done this, and it has been done so well. You can always paint over it after, but paint a wall inside or your back outdoor wall and go wild with it. You let your kids have at it. Throw paint, fill up balloons with paint, throw darts. It's the most fun. It's a great way to relieve pressure. It's a great way to be silly with your family, because whoever would think to paint indoors? You would never, you took a crayon on a wall, you'd get your hand cut off. Now I'm telling people, go and paint your wall, or buy stickers and create fun things on your wall. There's amazing things if you're really anal about painting inside and you don't want to buy the peel off stickers. But I think painting the wall is like one of the coolest things, and it could be a tribute to how you coped during quarantine.
I love that. Yeah, creative expression. I mean, again, like I said, some people connect with food, but some people need that creative outlet. So that idea was amazing, and I might actually just do it this weekend. We'll see.
Another thing everyone can do is mentor and become part of Little Lighthouse Foundation. You guys have so many programs and organizations within to do charity and mentorships and all your fun programming. So everyone who hasn't checked out Little Lighthouse Foundation, check them out, because they have the most amazing things. If you're bored, they have something for you to do.
Thank you for that. Yes, I mean, there's so many opportunities. Unfortunately, not in person, and we miss it so much. We miss being able to hug and kiss the kids, but they still need us, you know? So times are tough, especially for them. Imagine life is tough for them as it is. So absolutely, if you're interested in learning more, please reach out to us. Thank you for that. Amazing. So I want to ask you, Maya, what motto or mantra do you always refer to personally when it comes to relationships?
Happiness is a choice. And for some people are born happy. Some people have to learn happiness and learn to choose it, and that it's okay. And I 100% wholeheartedly believe and grew up with the philosophy, happiness is a choice. I choose happiness. I acknowledge when I'm unhappy, but immediately I go back to, you know what, I'd rather be happy. And it's just a better place to live in. So happiness is a choice is my number one thing. Can I say some more?
Absolutely, go for it.
If you don't love yourself, no one else ever will, ever. If you don't feel that you are the best thing that's ever happened, and if you don't love yourself wholeheartedly and think you're incredible, no one, and just really love yourself and say, I'm great. You know, I'm a wonderful person, not with an ego way, but just I am worthy of love way. No one else is ever going to love you if you don't love yourself. Like,
totally.
So I love that. And I also love be a creature unlike any other. I love this. And many times I would take, and this has helped me get through a lot in life, I would take it and put it like this, be a quow, C-U-A-W, be a creature unlike any other, and fold it like this and tape it up to my mirror in my bathroom. And when I wake up in the morning, it would be there. So if you're in a bad mood right away, I'm like, okay, why am I in a bad mood? Self-check-in, self-hug, happiness choice, and then say, wow, I am a creature unlike any other. I'm Maya, and I deserve love, and I'm worthy, and it's okay if I had a bad moment or a bad day, but I am going to make everything okay. And you just right the wrongs, whatever you're thinking in your brain. You have to adjust that lens internally. And if you're having a hard time with it, call me, call a coach.
Yes.
I'm here to help. This is what I do. But it helps me so much. So I love Be a Creature Unlike Any Other. It's an homage to the rules, which is the practice to follow. And another one that I love is Put the Phone Down and Get So everyone, I wish I had another phone. Pretend this huge iPad is my phone.
Yeah.
Like, okay, if you haven't heard from someone, if you haven't heard from your kids or your guy or your girl or your person, and you're like anxious and you're worried, and then you're like Insta stalking them and you're checking every last text that they sent you. Did they add new friends? And you're going nuts. So then you're like reading every last thing. I say, chuck the phone, turn it off. In fact, just shut it down, it down and get busy. Go do something else immediately. Distract yourself, eradicate the negative emotions that you're feeling, and eventually that person will reach out to you and call you, because if not, they don't love you and you need to move. And if you haven't heard from your kids, it's a different story, but just put the phone down. That's my favorite thing. Put the phone down and get busy. Get a life, get out, like get off. Other than now, we want everyone on social media for the mindful hour and for any other amazing things. But in general, on a daily basis, put the phone down. And then a favorite one is cry on the inside like a winner. And
Yes, I love it.
It's gotta be tough. Life is hard, and I'm the most sensitive person, guilty as charged, and I feel like I can shed a tear at any given moment, and it's very hard for me to control it. So in the movie The Other Woman, that's one of my favorite lines, because I always tell myself, keep it inside, don't let it out. And so cry on the inside like a winner and keep your ducks in a row. So those are my tips. But just know happiness is a choice.
Yes, I love it. And I love the passion that came out when you were talking about put the phone down. It was amazing, because I can tell you mean it. And it's true. I mean, we live in a weird world, you know, when you think of like how we've evolved in such a short period of time. We have this appendage now. So it's so hard when you're in that toxic place and you're searching and you're looking and you're stalking and all that stuff to actively stop.
And people, they've become obsessed.
Yeah.
You know, and you want, and everyone's having FOMO, and you've got to, I understand the FOMO. We have nothing else to do right now, or not nothing else to do. We're choosing to go into the social media world rather than reading a book or going outside for a walk. But in those moments, I love to power down my phone or put it on silent, because then you're not lying and you're not making an excuse. You can just say my phone was off. And not like, are you avoiding me? And you're not playing any games. You're literally just saying, I turned my phone off. That's all. Sorry that I didn't get back to you right away. And it gives the universe a chance to respond to you. And it also shows the universe that you're okay with yourself. So something else important to do, if you're on your own, go for a walk every day. If just get outside, put on your mask, put on your gloves, get some sunglasses and a visor, go outside. If you're not, and that's a good form of exercise. Like I said, you don't have to feel yourself exercising. Go for a walk with your partner. Very important. Or with your children. It's very important to keep the relationship intact. People do much better after it's like after you eat, you feel better. For me, like I said, after I exercise, I feel better. Am I reading good books? I got asked. I'm reading a lot of books, and I have to just remember the name of them for a second. So give me a second to get back to the books that I'm reading.
Yeah.
It will come up. Danny Meyer's Setting the Table. I'm reading right now. I always reread the rules books just to stay on top of it. I love John Grisham. He came out with a couple of new books. I have to think. I'll get back to the books.
Yeah, that's a few right there. Amazing.
So something fun that we did the other day was make a playlist. And you can make a playlist with your kids, make a playlist for cooking, make a playlist with your romantic partner. And it's critical, because you want to look at your partner, your spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever it is, through the romantic lens and not an antagonistic lens. And when you make a romantic playlist with your partner, it promotes good feelings, and you just listen to it and it brings good feelings and good vibes. So I highly recommend that. It's a great thing to do. Jump on it and share the list with each other, and then do one with your kids, and then have one for yourself, and then make another amazing one for exercising. And if anyone wants my playlist, I'm happy to share. I'm all about playlists and music. Music is the key. Like, music and for my life and for guys. So that's why I love to exercise, because I like to eat those things. But definitely do the music thing. You can't go wrong with music.
Yeah, totally. You might even learn something about each other, you know, what kind of music you're into, artists, new stuff. So that's always a good idea. Now, I want to kind of flip the script a little bit, because we've been talking about these relationships. What about all of our single friends out there? There's a lot of people quarantining on their own. What kind of tips and advice do you have for anyone that's single out there right now?
Well, definitely go get outside on your own. Go for a walk. Do drive around. You never know. There's people that go to gas stations. Just wear your mask. Have your gloves on. I'm not saying to congregate. Just keep your eyes open. I have a friend, one specific friend, that always meets someone at the grocery store, at the gas station. Like, people hit on her left, right, and center. It's great. And she's super cute. The other thing to do is get on dating apps and get on dating websites and there's an amazing, like, COVID love boom happening right now. And many people I hear from clients and people that I work with have met through this situation, through the quarantine. And you would think it would never happen. How can I meet someone through quarantine? People are meeting. And so get on these apps. And if you're a high value, self-esteem person, that you value yourself, a lot of people go on Tinder, and a lot of people, you know, are Tinderellas, and in a good way, and they get married from Tinder. People think it's just a hookup site or just a hookup app. It's not. So if you have self-confidence and you know what you're looking for, you're not going to accept a random hookup from somebody. You're going to look for the person that's communicating back with you in a way that speaks to you. So get on Tinder, Hinge, Match, Jewish Singles, Christian Mingles, J-Date. Why am I forgetting all of these right now? Because normally they're in my phone, and I'm on my phone. Normally I look at my phone for the dating apps. I'm like, where's my
but
get on the website also.
Yeah.
Don't just join the apps. Get on the actual websites and buy a subscription. It makes a difference, because you're looking for somebody that's wanting a relationship as well, and not just a swipe person. So it can start off if you're bored and you're swiping. Also, good tips and tricks. If somebody's asking you I'm just consulting my notes because I like to write things down.
Let's do it.
Asking to meet you right off the bat for a FaceTime chat or whatever, if you're single, don't accept it right away. It doesn't mean that you need to say yes. You can just say, no, that doesn't work for me right now. I'd like to chat offline a little bit. I'd like to chat within the messaging app or just text messaging. Also, get another phone number for dating. I highly recommend a Google Voice number. Never give out your number. It's just not smart.
Interesting.
Yeah, I just never give your phone number out. People don't need to have access to your personal information. And when you're signing up on these dating websites, don't put your name. You're not going to be Maya Ezratti at jdate.com or whatever.
Yeah.
You're just, put cute blonde girl or big brown eyes or whatever, and make a great screen name for yourself. But don't put your personal name, because no one needs to know all this information about you. They're strangers. So don't invite strangers to FaceTime you into the bedroom. Don't reach out to your exes. Don't use the virus as an excuse. Let crushes reach out to you, and don't stalk your crush. Don't bother your crush. If you stalk your ex, you're desperate, and desperation is horrible. Let your ex reach out to you. I have heard from so many people that are in relationships right now that all of a sudden their exes are reaching out to them. We even talked about this earlier. It's happening to everybody, because that's the law of the universe. The minute you're not available, everyone wants you. Okay. Yeah. So you're single for all those years beforehand and no one bothered to call. Now that you're in a relationship, the phone is ringing off the hook, or people are hitting up and your phone and blowing up your phone. So get on the apps. If you're doing a Zoom call, be dressed appropriately for a dating call. Don't be laying there naked. You're not going to Starbucks naked on a date. So don't be naked on a Zoom call. Just bottom line, clothed. Don't stay on for longer than 10 minutes for the first time you're meeting, and have a general background like mine. No one needs to see your bedroom or what kind of sheets you have, and no one needs to know what your thread count is, and they don't need to know your back. So keep it private and hang up the phone afterward. Yeah. And don't answer the guy right away or the person. Just, you don't have to be available.
There you go.
You've never had, don't owe them anything.
It's true. Yeah. At the end of the day, there's, you know, they're strangers. So there is a certain kind of middle ground there that you have to meet. Yes, it does seem more personal because you are at home, but yeah, there are boundaries, and it's okay to set those boundaries.
And for new people that are not new people, for people that are not married, but they're a couple and in relationships, don't spend every night together. I don't recommend it. And go to your house one night, or let him go to his house one night. You don't need to be on top of each other 24 hours a day. It's okay to take a breather. You want to miss each other a little bit so you don't get sick of each other or bored with each other. Otherwise, the excitement wears off, the flair wears off. You really notice annoying habits about the other person very So you might notice that someone's too loud. You may even notice your spouse. That's the other thing. So for married people or people that are together, you've been living with this person now uninterrupted. You may notice they talk louder. You may notice they're really annoying right now. So what do? You're not going to be like, oh, you're so annoying.
Right.
You're quietly, like I said, turn around and do the eye roll in private.
Right.
Or go into another room. Maybe the person's not as clean as you thought. Maybe you're not as clean as they thought, and it gets people annoyed. So spend some time. If you really see a future with the person, spend some time apart. You really need to have that love connection and grow and really see if you guys are into each other. Don't blow it during COVID.
Yes. Amazing. And so we mentioned something there about, you know, say no to the first time that they want to FaceTime maybe. This also applies for just all of this whole situation for parents that maybe don't feel comfortable going to certain gatherings or meeting family that you haven't seen in a long time. What's your advice on that? How do you say no without feeling that guilt and, you know, without, I mean, we don't want to hurt the other person. How do we manage that?
Everybody's experiencing this right now, and absolutely no guilt. Remove the guilt. So if somebody's offended that you can't hang out with them right now, it's not on you, it's on them. They love you and they want to spend time with you. But what you need to say to yourself and to that person is, I'm so sorry, I just don't feel comfortable right now. I just don't feel comfortable leaving my house, or I just don't feel comfortable spending time with people. Or, you know, if you're not going to wear a mask in my house, I can't do it. And I've said it so many times, and all my friends know how I feel. And so I don't mind, you know, and if someone doesn't love you after that, then they're not your friend to begin with. But people that love you and they just want to spend time in the same way I want to spend time with people. So don't feel the guilt, and just say, so I would love to, I wish I could, but my family and I are just not comfortable with that right now. And just practice saying that, because also everyone has FOMO. People want to go places, and people will guilt you into doing things. So just know that everyone is missing the other person so badly right now, and everyone just wants human interaction outside of the people that they're with. Or if you're by yourself and you haven't seen anyone else other than the cashier at the grocery store, and that's your daily interaction,
right?
You know, definitely get online and do internet dating, by the way. Don't feel guilty. And if you're having family events and you're missing out on things and you don't want to go, just say, I'm so sorry, I would love to be there. Send a great gift, and that's it. You know, people are having birthday parties. Some people are gathering, some people are not. I am not going. I haven't felt, me as Maya personally, haven't felt comfortable. So I just say I would love to, and I have FOMO because of course I want to be with everybody. I miss everybody. Like a human person, I need to hug and kiss and touch and feel and squeeze and love. I've been going up to people whenever, and I want to like hug them, and I'm like, oh my God, we can't even shake hands. You know, I have to like contain myself. So it's been very hard. But just, if you don't feel comfortable, it's okay to say no. I'm giving the A-OK that it's okay to say no, and don't feel bad about it.
Amazing. I think we all need to hear it. Sometimes I feel like we know it, you know, like it's okay, you should be able to say no, but hearing it, the reinforcement, it helps, because we all feel a little bit of that guilt every now and then.
Also, People are sending their kids to camps. People are making other choices. Don't judge. Whatever works for each family is their family decision, and it doesn't have to jive with your personal decisions, but just don't judge and don't blame. The same way you don't have the guilt and don't share the guilt, don't judge. So everyone's family dynamic is going to be different than your family dynamic. So don't judge. Whatever works for each person has nothing to do with you. You're not paying their bills. You're not in their household, and it doesn't affect you. So just wish everybody the best. And like we said earlier, do the right thing. Just wear your...
Yeah. It's all about doing the right thing. You know, if we can remove some of that judgment, we have a lot clearer vision. So totally. All right, Maya. So we do this with every one of our guests.
Uh-oh, I'm nervous.
And I may or may not be springing this on you, but it's kind of meant to be a little organic. So I want you to finish a statement for me. Do good, feel
great.
Tell me a little bit more.
I think whenever you do something that you're passionate about or something that makes you feel good, you're going to not only feel, you're going to come out feeling superb. For me, I love to dance. After I've done dancing in my, whether it's friends, alone in my house or whatever, I feel amazing. When I give a donation, when I'm involved with charity work, I'm very involved with Young at Art Children's Museum, for example. Every time I do something with that, my heart is overflowing with love. Now I will be involved with Little Lighthouse Foundation. And when we first met and spoke, my heart was, I ran into, the first thing I did was I ran into my daughter's room and I'm like, I found an amazing organization that asked me to be part of, you know, a social media situation, and I would love for you to be part of it with me because I'm so good from my conversation with them. So share the love. So I do good, feel great is amazing. You just also, like, when you do something for someone else and they're so happy, it's a friend. When you do a favor for a friend, or you pick up a phone and you know a friend is down and you cheer them up, and you hear that you affected their day and you make them feel better, or your partner is down and you just check on them and you just, whatever it is that they need. Also, a good thing to say is, how can I help you? What can I do to make you feel better? You can't read someone else's mind. So communicate. If someone asks you, answer, or say, hey, I really need this from you right now. I'm feeling anxious, or I'm feeling upset. I could really use a hug. It's okay to say all of those things. Don't be afraid to politely ask for what you need.
Amazing. Maya, this has been so much fun. And, you know, just for the sake of time, because we're going to get kicked off soon, I'm going to wrap it up. But I first want to ask, do you have any final thoughts, any final, I don't know, anything, any final Maya thoughts that you want to leave us with?
Yes. There's a few things for people to do. Get your kid, oh, by the way, Publix has the best online cooking school right now. So if your kids are not on Publix.com, sign them up. I just signed up for a course for how to do Publix cakes. They're my life. The frosting is to die for, to live. I'm
going to sign up for that.
Publix frosting, another level. It's the best cake. Like, nothing makes me happier.
Yes.
And also, I like a lot of things apparently in the food department. So Publix cake, my life. Hashtag Publix cooking class.
Yes, so I'm with you.
It's at the bottom of their website. Get on the Tasty app. Always remember to say one positive thing, one negative thing. Let your kids vent. Reward them. Let them do chores with prizes. And there's Epicurious app, New York Times. Do all these awesome games. Jay Shetty has great guided meditations. My favorite TV show in the whole world right now that everybody should be watching is $1 Million Listing, by the way. Yes. I don't know if you watch $1 Million Listing LA. Highly recommend it. I just got introduced to it. I'm obsessed. It's incredible. There's all these storylines going on. They explain real estate. I'm a real estate person. So get on top of $1 Million Listing LA specifically. They also have the New York one, but I'm obsessed with the LA one. Can't recommend it. Get on that and start watching it ASAP. That's my final recommendation. There's also some other great shows if anyone's interested. And
let's do it.
Shows The Politician, Yellowstone. Wait, I made my list. Hold on. Let me get to my last little list. Where's my page? Oh, Beast something on Netflix. It's like the thing for, I'm getting there. Hold on. Okay, so we've got $1 Million Listing LA, Little Fires Everywhere, The Morning Show with Apple TV and Reese Apple TV, Reese and Jen. American Ninja Warrior, Ultimate Beast Master on Netflix, Murder Mystery, the movie on Netflix with Jen and Adam Sandler. Just go with it. Designated Survivor now moved to Netflix. Schitt's Creek, Katie Keene, Treadstone, Succession, Finding Escobar's Millions, Ozark. My favorite, Sebastian Maniscalco comedy.
Love him.
If it's not $1 Million Listing, then watch Sebastian Maniscalco. He's my life. Obsessed with him too.
He's amazing.
Money Heist. Anything with Jessica Chastain is so good. Old shows like Gossip Girl. There's tons and tons. I have lists for everything.
Amazing. All right, everybody. Well, listen, if you want that list, if you want to know more books that she's reading, if you listen to this and now feel that you need some follow-up advice and want a follow-up consultation, reach out to Maya. She's obviously going to give it to you straight, and she's going to help you out. So thank you so much, Maya, for coming on. We have to do another one with your daughter.
Absolutely.
We want her to participate, so we'll make that happen. And thank you again to Joshua and Jenny Koba for sponsoring today's segment. Our Mindful Hour, again, with Maya Ezratti. Reach out to her, rewarding relationships. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and we'll talk soon, Maya.
Thank you. A million thank yous. You guys are the best.
Thank you.
Thank you to all our participants today for joining. Love you.
Have a great day, everybody.
Bye, guys.